Yes, yes, yes. We are going to talk about your blueprint to more play money and date nights because we are on our journey to our financial love story over the next 29 days. Well, actually, it's going to be 26 more days, right? Because over 29 days, we are going on a journey to build a healthier relationship with your finances and fall in love with your money. And today we're going to talk about the blueprint so that you have more play money and date nights. Now, let's get into what that is. But before we get into it, if you're watching this live, put hashtag live. If you're catching it on the replay, put hashtag replay. Tag someone, share this. Let me know where you're watching this from because we're going to talk about the thing that nobody wants to talk about. Well, I won't say no one, but a lot of people want to run away from this. But this is the thing that's actually going to allow you to enjoy more of your money, really have fun with your money. And it's also going to give you that peace of mind, that clarity of where your money is going. And that is your budget. Now, if you don't like the B word, you can call it a spending plan, a wealth plan, your financial freedom map, whatever you want to call it, you can call it. You don't have to use the word budget if that doesn't feel good to you. But I'm going to call it whatever I call it, either a spending plan or budget. They're both the same thing, right? And I don't want you, and the reason why I'm talking about that is because I don't want you to get caught up on the word. So I'm Nashaya Richardson, the Play Money Coach. I work with you high achieving women who want to learn how to manage your money like a boss so you have more play money to do the things that you enjoy, like get your hair done and go shopping and get your Jimmy Choos and all the cool things, right? So let's talk about the budget. Now, I don't know how well my connection is coming in because it looks like it's like a little wonky. So hopefully I'm coming through clearly. But let's talk about the B word. So day one, we talked about identifying your dreams and aspirations because that's really going to help you stay focused on where you want to go with your finances. It's truly like dating a person, right? And I'm going to do a lot of these connections to an actual intimate relationship with someone and referring to your money because truly that is how I see it. And it's also fun, right? Who doesn't love love? So, when you think about your money, we talked about day one, your dreams and aspirations. When you meet that person and you're thinking long term, what is the long term goal with that person? Maybe you want marriage. Maybe you want to just, stay committed in a monogamous relationship, but you don't necessarily want marriage. It's not that important to you, but you desire to maybe have children with this person. You desire to travel together. Maybe you're long distance, and eventually you desire to come together, and so that you're living in the same household, right? So, what does that look like for you? I want you to think of it the same way with your money. Do you want to eventually be on the beach, living in your beach house, and have housekeepers and personal chefs and personal trainers and all those things? Do you want to stay where you are, but you just want to have, lots of money so that you can pay for your children's college, you can pay for their wedding, you can travel the world, you can get up and go when you feel like it? What does it look like for you? What are your dreams and aspirations? Then, day two, we talked about identifying your financial values. And this is the number one thing that you have to remember from that. Your financial values, you should always be number one because you are the most important. If you're not valuing yourself, how can you value other people and other things? So we need to make sure that us valuing ourselves is showing up somewhere in our monthly spending so that we can make sure we're being taken care of before we take care of everyone else. Now, let's talk about why I asked you to identify what your financial values are. It's because you need that to set up your budget, right? So, budgets are very important. They're truly the blueprint to show and tell your money where you want it to go every single month. And it's also the blueprint to have more of it that you can enjoy, play with, and have fun with, right? Now, I want you to think about this with your partner, right? So let's say you and money, right? If there's not if you feel like there's not a lot of money, how can you have fun with it? How can you really go on date night? I mean, you can have an inexpensive date night, but who wants to like skimp every single time? Maybe you do it once every quarter or so, but sometimes you want to go out and you want to have an extravagant night and do something amazing. Well, you need money to do that. And swiping our credit card and praying is not the way to go, right? I actually I have a friend of mine who I just like naturally coach them because they love it. And it never feels like I'm preaching. And when it does, I just fall back and I even say, like, listen, I ain't preaching no more. Like, you ain't paying me. And then they're like, no, 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 please, please, please don't stop. But anyway, we had a conversation about budget and credit cards. And I noticed that just from our conversations and the things that they were sharing, I'm like, it almost seems like you're living beyond your means. You're relying a lot on your credit cards when you make a lot of money. And that's something to really look out for and identify what's happening. Like, why are you every month using your credit cards when you actually have excess cash after you pay all your bills and the minimum payments on your credit cards? And I really encourage them to focus on paying off their credit cards because now that's going to free up some more money every single month so they don't have to worry about putting that money towards credit cards and there's not that extra stress of a bill that you have to pay. Um, so I kind of forgot why I was telling that story. Oh, credit cards, swiping and praying. So that, you get out of that cycle of relying on your credit cards because you truly do not have a plan for your money of where you want that to go every month. So it is very important that we have a budget, a spending plan, right? And a lot of times people don't want to budget because in their mind they've been taught that it has to be restrictive. We have to take everything that we love and that we enjoy and we have to remove it from our life all of a sudden when we get a budget, right? And it's not the case, right? Like you do not have to strip your lifestyle of the things that you enjoy just because you have a budget. A budget is simply your roadmap of where you want your money to go. Put that in the comments. It's roadmap. That's it. So all of these things that we have heard, because it's a lot of things that we hear over and over. You got a budget, you can't do this. And that's how we correlate them together when it's not that. So by having a budget, now you can see, okay, I allocated money towards my rent or my mortgage, my car payment, my transportation, all these things. And one, as you're looking at all the things that you are putting your money towards every single month, you can see one, is this in alignment with my dreams and aspirations that I said that I wanted, right? Or I desired. Two, is it in alignment with the financial values that I said that I have? Is there anywhere in my budget, does it show that I value travel? If not, then you need to reevaluate your budget, right? Does this show that I love donating and giving to charities or organizations or people that, I truly want to help? If not, where can you fit that in? Does this show that I love the way I look and my appearance and the quality of clothing I wear? If not, look at where your money is going so that then you can shift where your money is going so that it is now focused towards your values. So that is what a budget value based spending plan looks like. It's based on your specific values so that you can have more play money. Now, play money is different for all of us. It's truly what makes you happy, what feels fun for you. Now, if paying for your kids to go to basketball camp or something, if that's fun for you, have at it. Make sure you're using play money. You have play money to pay for those things. And if it is not something that is fun to you, now it's time to reevaluate. This is where we really should have the reality check with ourselves and reevaluate what is happening with our money every single month, because a lot of times we get out of touch with it because we don't want to look at the numbers. The numbers feel heavy for whatever reason. Maybe you were in a bad situation and now you're in a better financial situation, and the bad space really makes this time heavy, and now you're like it gives you anxiety and you don't want to look at the numbers, right? So whatever that is, that needs to be addressed. Or maybe you're just overwhelmed because you truly do not know where to start. And that is okay, right? It is okay to feel like, oh, numbers and budgets and money management is not my thing. It's never been my thing, but you can always make it your thing. You don't have to be the expert, right? But you can start somewhere, right? And if you need someone to support you with starting, you just reach out to me and we can talk about what that looks like. Um, but start with your budget. So I need you to, I'm going to give you a couple of things to do tonight. We're not going to go deep into how to do it, right? But I'm going to give you some things that you can start with. So tonight I need you to map out, write down every expense that you have every single month. Yes, that includes your takeout, that includes your shopping, that includes everything that you typically do in a month, whether you do take out with your coworkers at work, or you have girls' night or guys' night, you go to you go to the bar and watch football 3 nights a week, or you give money to your parents because that's something that you value and really important to you. Map it out so that you can see where your money is going. And then number 2 is I need you to get, if it's something that you haven't used in the last couple of months and you do not value it, it's not in alignment with those things that we talked about, look at getting rid of it if you can. If it's not a necessity and it's just a want, a desire, or something that you've just been spending your money on, but you don't really care about it, get rid of it. So now you have more money to put towards the things that you care about so that you can enjoy your play money and have more date nights with yourself and your finances. And then the last thing I want to close out with, on having a budget, this blueprint for your money, is put it on your calendar so that it is something that you're doing on a regular basis, is having date nights with your money. So whether date nights is once a week, every 2 weeks, or once a month, I need you to pick a time on your calendar, whatever is comfortable for you, that you are going to dedicate to looking at where your money is going, looking at your blueprint to make sure the house, your financial house that you are building, is solid. We talked about that foundation on day one, right? Like, we need that foundation. That's usually where I come in, is give you that solid foundation. So as you're building your financial house, you're building up the walls and you're putting in the studs and the roof and all that stuff, you know that you're on solid ground so that your house doesn't fall down once you start doing all the fun things, right? Put a date on your calendar, again, whatever is comfortable for you, but it has to be done at least once a month. And once you get a system in place, it truly does not take a long time. So maybe a half an hour most. But once you have a structure, you have a plan in place, you can really look to see, am I on track? Is there any changes that I need to make? Do I need to allocate more money towards shopping because I noticed that I'm spending more? Do I need to not take away some money for groceries because I really don't need that much? I'm not really spending that much. So this gives you opportunity to look to see what's happening there. If you are saving, which you should be saving, we'll talk about that one of these days for one of the next 26 days. How is your investments doing? Are you investing? What is the next steps, right? This allows you to check in with yourself, check in where your money is going, so that you then have a clear picture of how you can have more play money so you can have more date nights. So yeah, I usually, this is what I do with the women that I work with, because by the time they come to me, they are already making the money, right? They just got the raise, they got the promotion, or they know they're getting a big bonus coming in, or they're doing really well in their business. And now it's like, okay, I have this extra money and I don't want to mess it up like I did before, right? The last time I got a big bonus, or the last time I got a pay increase, it didn't feel like anything in my life changed, and I'm still in the same financial space and I don't know what to do. It feels overwhelming for me. It feels, I have a little anxiety about it because I don't know what's the next step. That's when you tap into Nashaya and you book your financial wellness call, because that is what we do in the Radiant Wealth Accelerator over 3 months when we work together one-to-one. Now, I need you to know that this us working together one-to-one is not for everyone, right? I truly cannot work with you if you're in a space of financial crisis, right? Where you need immediate results, like you're on the brink of bankruptcy, or there's a big financial thing that's happening and you need something to happen quick, quick, quick. No, we need to take our time so that we can go in this with a clear mind and not be on high anxiety, high stressed, right? Just more so, okay, this is new to me. I want to go into this, and then learn. And as you learn, then it's going to be the opportunity for you to do better with your finances and really enjoy the process, even though it can be heavy because it's new, right? So I want you to really identify, like, if you're in a space of quick, 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 this is not for you, right? Also, if you're in a space where you're like, I am ready to be completely transparent because for so long, I've been like hiding what's really happening with my finances, and I really don't want anyone to know that I have a lot of debt or I have no savings or I really want to do more with my money and I feel like I can't because it just feels like I'm being pulled in multiple places with my finances. Then this is for you, right? Because you're ready to do the work. You're ready to be transparent with me about what's happening. And just know that I provide a safe space for you to do that without judgment because I've been there. I know how it feels, right? It feels very lonely and isolating. And man, no one else is going through this when really there's a lot of people going through it, but no one wants to talk about it. Well, I love talking about it. I do. I really love talking about it, which is why I come in with creating that space for you to be completely vulnerable and transparent about your finances so that you can actually grow and improve where you are financially. So by the time we're done working together, if you decide you do not want to continue after the 3 months, you have your foundation, you have your structure. Now you have that peace of mind around your finances and you're able to make those powerful money moves that maybe before you weren't as confident to make on your own, right? And you also know that, listen, I got this, I can do it, I have the tools, I have everything set up. I just need to rely on the foundation that I have set for myself so that I can continue to grow and to improve. So if you're like, I need that in my life, go ahead and book a call. Also, just keep tapping in over the next 26 days, right? Because we're going to talk about all these things because I want you to really start falling in love with your money over this month of February. So by the time March comes, you're like, listen, I took the steps that Nashaya said and I got clear on some things. And now I feel a little more confident about what I'm doing with my finances. And if you have questions about anything that I shared, feel free to message me or put them in the comments. If there's something that you're like, listen, I wish I knew more about this, put it in the comments so I can make sure I tap into it over the next 26 days over all the things that I'm going to talk about. Or just message me and then I can talk about it live so that other people know what questions are being asked because it's more than likely if you have a question, someone else has the same exact question. So, y'all, we are creating our blueprint so that we have more play money and more date nights, right? With our money, or literally, right? Date nights with yourself or your partner, right? And if you guys are going to do your budget, put a 1 in the comments. If you're like, I'm not quite ready, I still feel like I need a little more information on what to do to get started, put a 2, right? Be honest, right? It's okay to be honest to say, I really don't know how to create a budget. And if you're like, I already have one, so I'm good, but this gives me a little different perspective on it, put a 3, right? Because there are people who do actually have a budget and they just want to maybe do something a little better or tweak what they're doing. And that's okay too. So, yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for day 4. And what am I talking about in day 4? I don't know, but I have it mapped out. I forgot what it was. I it's all planned, but I forgot. I didn't pull it up on my screen. I'm just gonna be real. And whatever it was, I sent out an email for it twice. So it's funny that I can't even remember what I plan to talk about tomorrow. But it's okay. Just come back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be live and we'll get into it. So y'all have an awesome evening. Stay safe, and I'll see y'all later.